So all the soldiers were usually wearing white, and obviously the white gets very dirty very quick. But they also carried their muskets, and these were mostly, this is because they were issued, they did have rifles with them, but these are black powder. They are flintlocks, and do you know how a flintlock works? Okay, we're going to show you. Now, what we got here is, this is a flint, and this is steel. When flint strikes steel, it causes sparks. So we're going to take a little black powder, we're going to pour a little powder in that pan. Now you'll notice that there's a hole in the side of the barrel, and it's called a vent. So when you strike it, when you pull the trigger, the flint hits the steel, causes sparks onto the powder, and you'll get a little poof. And it's the heat from that small explosion that travels into the barrel and sets off the main charge. So you'll see like movies where they're using these old weapons, you get that puff and then you get the boom. Now this one doesn't boom right now because there's no powder in the barrel, so that's how it fires off the weapon. Accurate up to 100 yards, but they took about a minute to load. So, fire in the hole! When they were demonstrating in front of the tribes at council, so they would be in their blue uniforms, with their hats would have the bear fur on the top, the buck's tail on the sides, the cockade, and they would march with the bayonets. However, we don't see these after hear too much of them after Fort Mandan. What I believe happened is a lot of them, since they were not really useful tools, a lot of them would be melted down and turned into trade goods for the natives there, like axes and such like that. And also what we're doing here is we're making our small version of Fort Mandan. Two-man saw.
What I'm making right now is preparing the beef bison cuts for a bison stew. Right now I'm just sauteing, getting the meat cooked up good before I add all the extra little ingredients.
And work on different projects. After work on cabin, that first canoe that you see inside, where we, by the field boat, we built that one.
Pretty neat.
Yep. We got a new anvil, and I got to take this and I got to file this down because
you don't put in there. No.
Right. My old one was bigger, and this one here, if I get all the rust cleaned off, that I can get it into the hole. I'm making I get the metal hot, squaring it out. And I'm got my tent stick, I'm going to heat it up enough, I'm going to put a twist in it, and then I'll start over and make another one.
The process they did, even though they came in uniforms, they realized that after a time they would have to start replacing them, they'd wear out and start replacing them right on. So whenever they shot an animal, the hunters would basically flush the meat off the bones. Well, they did have hunting rifles.
Making it, just building it up, and then we have to go in and mud both the inside and the outside.
The flint hits the steel, pushes the pan open, you get sparks on the powder, you get the small puff, and the heat from that small explosion travels into the barrel and sets off the main charge. So if you see movies like Lost Mohicans or Patriot, you'll see they get that puff, and then the boom. So, so now what they do is, again, they pour a little powder, use the same round, put a little powder in there, shut it. Now they pour the rest of the powder down the barrel. Now the ball will be on top. So paper and all goes in, and they ram it down, and they return the rammer because you don't want to lose your ramrod, and then they're ready to go. Fire in the hole!
And not too far.